Hi, welcome to Transporting People. I'm actually at Birmingham Airport Station today with Deborah Carson, who I managed to pull aside to ask a couple of questions to. So, could you introduce yourself first?
Hi, my name's Deb Carson and I'm from the High Speed Rail Industry Leaders, which is an industry group that exists to talk about the positive benefits surrounding high speed rail in the UK.
Do you have any advice to younger people?
I would say that a career in rail and in obviously particularly with all of the opportunities that high speed 2 and beyond bring is it's a fantastic opportunity. I mean, I'm a parent. I have to confess that 8-9 years ago when I was talking to my daughter about her options, I probably didn't consider something like that as being a viable option for her as a young bright female. If I had my time again, I would absolutely be talking to her about a career in engineering or rail or infrastructure. And I've got other wider family and friends who've got younger children, and I'm always banging the drum. And that's
sending the message now.
Yeah, no, and I think it's really important that everyone within this industry has a role to play in advocating for exactly that. Just kind of, you don't have, take your day job home and talk to people. The rail and infrastructure sector is actually a sector that's more diverse than people would imagine, and I think some of our companies on the contracting side are doing an awful lot of work to try and show that there's a culture change in that organisation, and I think that's partly come from high speed rail really, and the kind of connection that now is with high speed rail and the contracting side of things, the infrastructure building, if you like, in that, I think people's opinion of contracting is that, if you're building something, you're having to stick to very strict inflexible shift patterns, that you might have to work odd hours, you're probably having to stay away from home potentially for long periods of time, and obviously if you're trying to attract a more diverse workforce, that isn't necessarily going to be particularly attractive for certain elements of society. For example, women with caring for children responsibilities, but not just those obvious ones. Also, people have lots of other responsibilities. Men have caring responsibilities for children, and we have an ageing population. Lots of people have caring responsibilities for elderly relatives. So, it's all those kind of things that I think people have a very sort of fixed idea of what it might be like to go and work for a company that builds infrastructure, and I think the industry are actually working very hard to try and show that actually there is quite a significant shift around those kind of things.
So would you feel that you yourself have an opportunity to influence that change?
Yes, I would hope so. I mean, actually my background is in equalities. I'm from a local government background originally,
right.
So actually it's quite nice for me to be able to bring some of that expertise into what is essentially a new sector or newish sector for me. So I do, and I mean we do. I'm always very heartened from across our membership that there is a very strong appetite to look at that side of things, and for us to do as much as we can to promote the industry in that way.
Okay. You said that you came from a local authority background. What skills have you learned coming into rail?
I think I've brought a lot of the skills that I had and found that actually the sector isn't as different as I thought it was, interestingly. I mean, the obvious ones around communication and being able to, manage lots of different stakeholders and make sure that you're engaging with as wide a stakeholders base as possible. My best experience of working, particularly with high speed rail industry leaders, is being around people that are can do.
Can do.
Yes.
Great. Okay. Can do. Cheers for that. Thanks for watching Transporting People. Join us again when I will see who else I can interview. Cheers.